Okay, so I am a licensed cosmetologist. And I've already done some of my bangs. And I don't think I've done anything to the side. But I do my hair very, very differently um, than I would like a client's hair. For real. Also, my brow is like not properly tinted. And also, I have like half of yesterday's makeup on, which I feel like I look better like this than without makeup right now. Anyway, so to get anything electrical to work in my bathroom, I have to turn off the lights. So I've already pre-straightened my hair, and my hair looks pretty long right now. I cut like 6 inches off. Not today, a while ago, like a month ago. And I don't need to cut anything off the length. I don't think. Last time I cut my hair, I didn't do very much of the front. I don't think I did very much of the top. I just did kind of like a blunt cut on one length, pretty much. And then I'm just gonna like turn my head and try and see. There we go. I know this hair is really short. You can tell like how short my bangs are compared to like the rest of my hair, especially if I do that. I kind of want to even it out, but at the same time, I never wear my hair over to that side, and even if I do, it still looks okay. So, I'm not going to do anything and fix these. Not going to do anything to those. I have some wispier bits at the top of my hair just because I have some breakage. Most of my breakage is still pretty long though, so thank you God. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to angle the comb, drag it down. And I know that these hairs aren't that even at all. So, just gonna try and even them out. This hair needs to get out of the way. I guess this is a tutorial. No, I'm just a professional doing my hair. Just rambling while I do it. Wonder what I'm gonna name this. Oh, if anybody's actually watching this, like, please subscribe. I do a lot of like chronic illness videos now, just because that's mainly my life. But hair is so my life. Every once in a while, I will bring like this hair back down, just because I have longer, like this is from a couple cuts ago, and I still like the length of it, and it's still in pretty good condition, so I don't need to cut anything off of that. Plus, it's like, right now, I'm trying to get, especially like all my top hair, because it was blonde, a lot blonder for so long, and the bottom has been like dark for a long time now. And I only lightened it like once to get it to be more of my natural color, but then again, it's too red to be my natural color. Like this is all natural up here. And then you can see my demarcation line right there. And this right here, I don't know what this is. I don't know what that's all about. I know my baby hairs don't grow the same rate. Like, look at that. Oh yeah, by the way, check it out. Massive fucking hive. It's awful. I woke up yesterday morning to take a phone call from my mom, and literally I smacked it with my phone and it hurt so bad. Alright, now I'm just gonna... So what this is this being a lot of, you can see right here is where most of my damage is. And I highly suggest you not do a lot of the things that I do in this video. Just do it with caution. Like when we were learning haircuts, I had asked my teacher, like, why are you not teaching me the way that I always saw it happen? And not to sound like an arrogant ass or anything like that, but like during my haircuts, like we were doing the haircut that I grew up getting. So I was excited to do it because I've been watching people do this my entire life, and finally I get to whack at some hair with my own hands. And I was like, so why? And she was like, well, typically when you're first starting out, you tend to cut the entire side off. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll do it your way for now. And then she was like, they do it it's a more comfortable way of doing it. But for me personally, like doing my own hair, I do it the way I was taught in school. And then I was also taught to do my way that I do on clients. Anyway, never mind. I had so many teachers because we had a lot of teachers quit, and then not only that, but then all of our teachers were constantly being rotated so that way they could find a comfortable spot for them. Because I mean, if you're going to be teaching a certain subject over and over and over again, like every 4 months, just like on repeat, I'm pretty sure you would want to like what you're doing. And if anybody is wondering, if you know lingo, I am my beauty school method. I don't want to say where I went to beauty school because it's very specific to where I am. But ooh, fuck yeah. Sorry, hold on. Ooh, that looks good. That looks better. Okay, so all of this hair right here, I like. I like all of this hair. I like the length, especially like these bits, like around my face. I know are going to be shorter just because of breakage, especially like right there. You can see all of my breakage. And then over the years, like, here you go. That's an actual piece of breakage. And then all the hair next to it is still super long. Like, really, really, really long. So, I like having all of my hair to be pretty much one length except for the very front. And here we go, there. So what my hair looks like to the other side literally looks almost exactly the same. So, especially because I'm just working with literally my bang area, it's pretty much just like grown out actual like bangs. And I've had this kind of cut, the shape cut of my hair, like, I don't know if you can see it. I cut my hair very, very, very specifically in the front, so it's like, I don't know if it's, I can't see perfectly clearly. Ooh, should I give myself bangs? Oh my gosh, am I gonna give myself bangs right now? No. No, no bangs. But with these bangs, the very, very front of them, let's shake them out. There we go. These bits are real short. They house lots of damage, and hold on. Okay. Dog was barking. My doggy. Okay. Pretty much all of my hair is just angled in the same direction. I have the same angle on all of my layers, so they all kind of just blend together even if they're not perfectly matched next to each other. I would call my hair, especially the very front of it, very inappropriate layers instead of like a bang or an open frame. Like if you know hair cutting lingo, then you know what I'm talking about. Like my frame definitely goes like all the way down, all the way. And then I make sure that these pieces that are like right underneath some of these shorter, like they have the same, you know, that way it blends in. And I rarely ever wear my hair like straight. I typically will just brush it out and then have it be straight like that. My hair's super curly and I love my curls, but I also grew up straightening my hair and did not know that I had curly hair because I straightened it so often. Like I had curly hair when I was really, really little, but don't do this piece of hair if you're not a professional. I'm just gonna say that right now. And a lot of my hair, especially up here, is not thin. You know what? It is thin. Thinned out just because of breakage and me cutting such an open frame for so long. And because my hair was really long, like 6 inches longer than it is now. And like, I don't know, I'm pretty big chested, so my hair has a lot farther to go than some of these skinny girls out here. So my hair is a lot longer than it looks. Anyway. And anybody in the profession that is wondering, you do not need to cut 6 inches off of your hair just to make it even. I personally did because of my situation and I fucking wanted to. But if you are really struggling with with breakage or anything like that and it's all over your head and it's very obvious, sometimes cutting 6 inches off is necessary, but sometimes you don't need to do a full 6. You could do like half of that and then go back in a little bit and then get another trim, and then she can cut like 2 more inches off, and then you can preserve like that extra inch that you would not have preserved. Anyway. Ooh, yeah, that needs to be fixed. That's too long. This is how I cut my hair, folks. I stand in a mirror. Typically don't talk to myself. Considering nobody watches these. Alright. I don't wear my hair down the center very often. People often get confused why I put their hair down the center, even if they never wear it down the center. But as you can see, this side looks pretty good. This side looks pretty good too, but they're not even. So I'm just gonna take these hairs. Because they're curled just a little bit, I'm just gonna angle my shears a certain way. And then I'm also elevating my hair quite a lot. So it's creating a lot more softness and like not necessarily a blunt cut because it's not blunt. But there you go, see? It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Alright, there we go. Just gonna leave it at that, especially because I always have my hair on this side. And then I've got plenty of little hairs on this side too, so just gonna pretty much pull out my short hair section, which is just right behind my ear, and pretty much everything from my ears behind is all one length, and then everything from my ears forward is pretty short, honestly. So okay. These pieces I want to connect a bit more. But I'm not trying to cut any of this off. Like if I were to see like a pretty bad split end, then I would go ahead and take it out, but now it's a lot more blended. It just looks a lot more uniform. If your angles in your haircut are uniform, things will tend to blend a lot better. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of that long hair, all my breakage pieces. Just slide some of that longer hair so that way I'm not cutting as much of it off. I don't do that every time I do a haircut just because Just because, at least for me, since my hair is thinning out just from breakage and whatnot, I don't need to continuously, every single time I do my hair, just because I do it every 6 weeks. And I'm only taking off certain bits of hair, and I'm just mainly shaping my hair back into what I want it to be. For a little bit, I had some, crazy breakage pieces, so I'm just trying to blend those in as best as possible. Like, I did my grandma's hair the other day, and I only took just barely anything off, really. And when she went to sweep up, she was like, "You only took that much off?" And I was like, "Yeah, you don't need to have that much taken off when you, especially if you're just trying to shape up and try to, like, keep the length of the hair. If you're trying to keep the length of the hair, especially, you shouldn't be cutting inches of hair off every single time. That's just extremely counterproductive." I'm going to cut that piece. Okay. I would say that my hair is all one length besides my bangs, just because they're so short. Like, this is too long for me. Too long. Yo, you're too long. Alright, hold on. Do a little bitty moon shape. I got enough on that side. Okay. My fine tooth side. The only bad side about doing hair is the hair itself. Okay, I'm making this piece longer on accident. Yes! Just cut it off. Yes! Okay, that looks so much better. Alright, there we go. Right, and I think we got it. Minus these pieces, but they're just sticking out because they want to. There we go, look at that. It's a little blunt looking. Why is it so blunt? Oh, it's probably because it's curled. you're a stylist and you're watching this and this makes no sense, hooray. Because that means I have my own method. I'm just about 3 different cutting methods at this point. And then there's like me mixed into now, just because I've been cutting hair now, like with clients. Well, I've had my license for over 6 months, but I've been with clients for like year and a half, 2 years maybe, 2 years max. There's hair everywhere. Okay, yeah, hold on. May not be able to see me for a second, but that's okay. Fucker needs to heat up real quick. Ooh, hey, you can still see me. That's way too hot. I'm not gonna do that in my hair. There we go. Don't know why it's all just trying to curve like upwards. Okay. Like the sides of my head where I'm doing this is not that thick either. So it's like maybe that much hair. Oh, yes. Da. Okay. If I could end up having a little bit of a bang pop out, that would be fun. Okay. All right. So, washer's done. I forgot what I was saying. So the blonde parts of my hair are pretty, like, some of them are still pretty girthy, but that's still, like, at least for my hair, like, to be holding a chunk like this big and have like this much hair, in terms of health, it's pretty bad. But I could also be going through there's a bunch of like purple and pink and it's bouncing off of my hair. It's making it look not as blonde. Also, I got this brush at Dollar Tree. And it's amazing. Literally goes through my hair like butter. Comment butter down below if you're still watching this. Okay. And if we cut any more off, we're gonna have some bald spots. So, we're done. Are we though? Yes, we are. I like having these really short pieces up here. I just do. Don't know why. Once it gets down to like here, it's just too long. I don't know. Anyway, have a great day, guys.